Hi guys, you remember Ramsay, right?
Hey.
Say hi to the people.
Hey.
This is Ramsay.
Yeah.
Meredith's back there on the bed.
She didn't get to be in the video.
Not yet, at least. Surprises for later. Anyway, Ramsay and I are going to college. The day we're filming this is actually the last week she is gonna be here.
No.
So it's really sad.
In town.
You can hear Meredith weeping in the background. But long story short, we both like reading and we both like anime, but I read more than she does.
And I watch more than she does.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, we're gonna pick 5 books and 5 little anime that the other person needs to see.
Little anime.
5 really friggin' good anime that the other person needs to see before we meet up again, which who knows when that's gonna be. Yeah, we don't know.
It'll be a while.
And so this is Recommendations with Ramsay! Hey! First book I've got for you is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. This girl, Kath, is going into her freshman year of college, and she is a really active member of the Simon Snow fandom, which is basically Harry Potter in this universe. She and her twin sister both are, and they write fan fiction. So she's having issues adjusting, and it's really hard for her because she's growing apart from her sister, and also she doesn't have a really stable home life, so she's like, this is not working out really well. So it's kind of like a coming of age story mixed in with like a lot of fan fiction kind of thing. When I saw the title, I was like, okay, I'm gonna read this, but it's probably pandering to like the Tumblr generation thing. Yeah. It's not. It is not.
Okay, so I guess I'm next.
Yes.
My first recommendation, I've already been recommending you to watch it for like a million years, Steins Gate. Steins Gate. Okay, so it's basically like time travel. And I can't really say a whole lot about Steins Gate without spoiling the entire thing, but
okay.
So it's just like the mad scientist Okabe Rintaro is like obsessed with time travel, and he goes one day to this lecture about time travel, and he just like blows up at this professor named Makise Kurisu, who's giving like a lecture on it. And then he later finds her dead in a room, and it's just like crazy from there, except it's actually not because the first couple episodes are kind of slow. But it gets like, sorry, it just gets so good. And it's probably got one of the most satisfying endings I've ever seen. Like, if you ever wanted like every single loose end tied completely up.
I love that. Yes.
Like that.
Yes. And I'm watching the dub, right?
Yeah, the dub. I mean, the subs are great, but I just like, you know. Once you find a good dub, you ought to watch it.
Yeah, I didn't know if I should recommend this to you because it's also by Rainbow Rowell, but I was like, what the heck? I think you'll really like this one. This is Landline by Rainbow Rowell, and I actually only finished this like 2 days ago. But it's absolutely amazing. Just so I say this right now, you have to read Fangirl first.
Okay.
You just, for reasons that you will find out about later, you have to read Fangirl first. But anyway, Landline is about this woman, Georgie McCool. She's married to this guy named Neil, and she's a sitcom writer, and she's really funny and cool and hilarious, and her marriage isn't going so great right now. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
And she and her writing partner Seth have this show that they've been trying to get picked up like since they met. It's been this idea they've had. And so finally this guy's like, I want to do your show. Can you write me like 6 episodes? And I'm like, yeah, we can do that. But she has to stay home instead of going to Omaha with her husband to like see his mother. And he's like, fine, I'll just go and I'll take the kids. So she tries to call him, and she calls them on the landline at her mother's house. And she realizes she's talking to her husband like back before they were married. Really hilarious. I thought it was going to be kind of sad, but it's actually really funny, and I think you'll really like the character of Neil. And just, I feel like this would really appeal to you because it's a marriage dynamic. And Ramsay's a marriage freak. Like, not, like, it's, like, Meredith is too. I feel like Meredith would also like this. I feel like you and this book will get along really well.
Alright, great. Alright, so my next recommendation is going to have to be the Garden of Sinners series, which is, actually, it's really different from anything else you've ever watched for a couple different reasons. First of all, because it's told in 7 movies instead of being like episodes. So it'll run about the same as like a 20 episode series, but it's told, you know, in the form of 7 movies. And the second thing is that they're not in chronological order. And it's about this girl named Shiki, and she has like this weird ability where she can see death. It's like the weirdest thing, but it's so cool.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah. And so it's about her and like her work and this guy she knows who she met when they were in high school, and just like all the weird crap that happens when they're, you know, doing their stuff, and it's just epic and really violent. Sorry, it's like so violent, but it's just like really don't even know. It's just really weird and really good. It has also, the soundtrack is like the best thing I've ever heard in your entire life. Same person that did Madoka Magica's soundtrack, except it's like everything. Yuki Kajiura.
Yeah. Next book I want to recommend is The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman. Oh, you have it! You have, yes, there we go. By Sherman Alexie. 2013 I got really into cultural fiction, and this and one other book were sort of like the jumping off point of that. The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian is about this kid, Junior, who lives on an Indian reservation. He's really smart and he's an outsider, and he decides that he doesn't want to get trapped on the reservation, so he wants to go to the school for like rich white kids in Reardon, and it sort of ostracizes him from his like reservation family, and he's ostracized at the school obviously because he's this nerdy little Indian boy, or Native American boy, my bad. But it's sort of about, it sheds light on sort of that kind of culture, and it's really like eye-opening, and it's about like prejudice and racism, and it's really interesting, and it's told through like this really cynical lens, and he draws like little cartoons, and it's an interesting way to tell the story.
Alright, so my next recommendation is gonna have to be Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
For reasons that everyone should know. Like, it's episodic, so there's not really like an overarching storyline that goes to it. It's just like Spike Spiegel, the gang, going around, bounty hunting, epic soundtrack, epic ending. The ending is epic, and just like, epic.
Next book I've got for you is Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden, which was actually given to me as a present by our mutual friend, Sarah. This book is life. Like, first of all, it's like about like Japanese culture, so you know, that's always fun. Also, it's like, it has like feminist undertones, and it's about, I didn't really know sort of what a geisha was. I only knew like the image, I only had the image of a geisha. I didn't really know what they were, so this really opened up my eyes to that. I described this book as kind of like eating red velvet cake. It's like really rich and kind of heavy, and just, it's kind of a sensual book, and in a weird way, kind of romantic historical fiction, and I never really read anything like that before. It's dark, it's sad, it's also really funny at times, it's eye-opening, and just like, beautiful.
Next, Rec, Neon Genesis Evangelion. For other reasons that I don't feel like I should explain, but I will. So basic story, it's like the mech to end all mechs. It's Shinji Ikari has to like save the world from the big angel things. Like, think Pacific Rim, if you've ever seen Pacific Rim. The original series though, not the reboot movies.
Okay.
Because this is like a Full Metal Alchemist original thing where like you can't appreciate the original series unless, like, if you watch Brotherhood first. It's like the same thing with this. Yeah. Okay, so Shinji has to like pilot the mechs to save everyone, but it's like really, you know, the dynamic of like having to do that over and over and over again because it's every episode he has to save. And it's just like really dark, and please, Shinji Ikari is so misunderstood, please be good to him. Everyone hates him because he's kind of whiny, but it's like, what would you do if you were Shinji Ikari? You just have to keep thinking that.
I will love and cherish it.
I know, please do.
I read this book for the first time this summer. It's Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Sáenz. I still have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right. He's Hispanic. But basically, it's a coming-of-age story in the 80s about two Mexican-American boys. And, like, it's so beautiful. Like, this is the kind of young adult fiction I know you would get behind. And it won, like, a ton of awards, and, like, the prose is amazing. And I love the characters and their relationship with each other. And and like there's a great family dynamic, and just, oh my god, like that book. After I finished the book, I closed it and I just sat on my bed and was like, oh, I need some time to process that.
I had a hard time filling the last slot because these were all kind of like on the same level of like, you should watch this, but it's not as important as the other four to watch. Okay, so instead, I'm going to let you choose between the four of them.
Ooh.
But I'm not going to tell you what they are. I'm just going to read the first line of the synopsis. Incidents which occurred on August 14th and August 15th bring a group of young boys and girls together.
I feel like I know what that is.
Right.
Meredith obviously knows what it is. Meredith's freaking out back there.
A millennium from now, in Japan, exists a utopia. The beginning of summer, 1966.
Oh, I like the way that sounds though. I love period pieces.
Once you make a decision, does the universe conspire to make it happen?
I think I'm gonna go with in the summer of 1966.
You have chosen Kids on the Slope.
Yeah! Yes!
Kids on the Slope, man. Let me tell you about Kids on the Slope. Same director that did Cowboy Bebop, Shinichiro Watanabe. Same music person who did Kids on the Slope, did Cowboy Bebop, Yoko
And also
Kanno.
Zenki no Terror.
And Tarantino. What up?
Oh my god!
Same duo. Basically, like 1960s jazz piece. Like, dorky kid plays piano, meets like thuggish sort of guy who plays the drums, and they start playing jazz together, and it's about their relationship as friends and their relationship with other people, and it's just great. Kids on the Slope is great.
And sub, not dub, because Chris Patton, right?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Alright.
We won't get into that.
So, that was
Rex.
with Ramsay.
Yeah.
If you guys think of anything that I should watch or read, or that Ramsay should watch or read, based on our like interests here and what we recommended each other, let us know in the comments below. Ramsay has a couple of really sweet Tumblrs that I will link in the description below. And they're both really awesome because Ramsay's really awesome. And yeah, I just might not see her for a while because like if we
gone.
well, there'll be some videos coming in the future where we're hanging out and doing cool things. But anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye! Say bye.
Bye.
Bye!